How candles are made. Did you know that humans have been using candles for over 5,000 years? From ancient Egyptian tombs to modern-day spa retreats, these little wax wonders have lit up our world in more ways than one. But have you ever wondered how they're made? Get ready to melt away your curiosity as we dive into the fascinating world of candle making. You'll never look at that flickering flame the same way again. Let's dive in. Chapter 1, the Wax Chronicles. Candles have been lighting up our lives for thousands of years, with billions of them produced annually. They've gone from being a necessity for illumination to a symbol of relaxation, celebration, and aromatherapy. But how did this simple invention become so popular? It all started with the basic need for light and the discovery that certain materials could burn slowly and steadily. The history of candles dates back to ancient times, with early civilizations using animal fats and plant-based waxes to create rudimentary light sources. The ancient Egyptians used rushlights or torches made by soaking the core of reeds in melted animal fat. However, these weren't true candles in the sense we know today. The Romans are credited with developing the wicked candle, using rolled papyrus dipped in melted tallow or beeswax. But did you know that for much of history, candles were a luxury item? Only the wealthy could afford beeswax candles, while the poor had to make do with tallow candles made from animal fat, which produced a lot of smoke and an unpleasant odor. It wasn't until the 19th century, with the discovery of paraffin wax, that candles became more affordable and widely used. Speaking of wax, have you ever wondered why it's called wax in the first place? The term comes from the Old English word weeks, which referred to the material secreted by bees to build their honeycombs. Over time, the term expanded to include other similar substances used in candle making. Chapter 2, the ingredients journey. Now, let's talk about what goes into making a modern candle. The main ingredients are wax, wicks, and often fragrance and dye. But not all waxes are created equal, and the type of wax used can significantly affect the candle's performance and characteristics. Paraffin wax, derived from petroleum, is the most common type used in candle making today. It's inexpensive and holds both color and scent well. However, there's been a growing trend towards natural waxes like soy, beeswax, and coconut wax. Did you know that soy wax was only invented in 1991? It was developed as an alternative to paraffin and quickly gained popularity due to its renewable nature and clean burning properties. Beeswax, on the other hand, is the oldest known material used for candles. It naturally produces a sweet honey scent and has the highest melting point of any wax. Interestingly, it takes about 8 pounds of honey to produce just 1 pound of beeswax. Talk about a labor-intensive process. The wick, while seemingly simple, plays a crucial role in how a candle burns. Modern wicks are usually made from braided cotton and are sometimes coated with wax to help them stand up straight. But historically, wicks were made from various materials, including rushes, papyrus, and even strands of asbestos. Thankfully, we've moved on from those potentially harmful materials. As for fragrance, did you know that it takes a lot of science to make a candle smell good? Professional perfumers, known as noses, create complex blends of essential oils and aromatic compounds to produce the perfect scent. Some high-end candles can contain over 50 different fragrance components. Chapter 3, the manufacturing process. Now let's dive into the nitty-gritty of how candles are made. It's a process that combines art and science, requiring precision, skill, and a bit of creativity. Let's walk through the steps from raw materials to finished product. The first step is melting the wax, which is typically done in large temperature-controlled vats. The wax is heated to about 158 degrees Fahrenheit, 71 degrees Celsius, for paraffin, or slightly lower for natural waxes. While the wax is melting, any desired dyes and fragrances are prepared. Did you know that adding fragrance to a candle is a delicate balance? Too much can prevent the candle from burning properly, while too little won't produce enough scent. Most candles contain between 3–12% fragrance oil by weight. While the wax is melting, wicks are prepared. For container candles, the wick is secured at the bottom of the container, often using a dab of hot wax or a wick sticker. For pillar candles, wicks are threaded through metal sustainers and then positioned in the center of the mold. Next comes the pouring process. For container candles, the melted wax is carefully poured into the container. But here's a fun fact. Many professional candle makers actually pour the wax in 2 stages. The first pour fills most of the container, and once it's cooled slightly, a second pour tops it off. This helps to prevent something called wet spots, where the wax pulls away from the sides of the container as it cools. For pillar candles, the process is a bit different. The wax is poured into molds, often made of metal or silicone. Did you know that some artisanal candle makers still use traditional methods like hand dipping? This involves repeatedly dipping a wick into melted wax, allowing each layer to cool between dips. It can take up to 30 dips to create a standard taper candle. After pouring, the candles are left to cool and solidify. This can take anywhere from a few hours to a full day, depending on the size of the candle and the type of wax used. The cooling process is crucial for the candle's appearance and performance. If cooled too quickly, the wax can crack or develop unsightly blemishes. Once cooled, any excess wax is trimmed away, and the wick is cut to the proper length. For pillar candles, this is when they're removed from their molds. Some candles may undergo additional finishing steps, such as adding a second scent layer or applying decorative elements like glitter or dried flowers. But the process doesn't end there. Quality control is a crucial step in candle manufacturing. Candles are tested for burn time, flame height, and scent throw. Some manufacturers even use special machines that simulate different environmental conditions to ensure their candles will perform well in various settings. The final step in the manufacturing process is packaging. This isn't just about making the candle look pretty on the shelf. Proper packaging is crucial for protecting the candle during shipping and storage. For container candles, this might involve adding a lid and a protective seal. Pillar candles are often wrapped in cellophane or placed in boxes. Labels are applied, providing information about the candle's ingredients, burn time, and safety instructions. Many candle companies put a lot of thought into their packaging design, using it as an opportunity to reinforce their brand identity and appeal to consumers. Some even create eco-friendly packaging options, like recyclable boxes or reusable containers, to appeal to environmentally conscious customers. Chapter 4. The Burning Questions. Now that we know how candles are made, let's explore how they work. When lit, the flame melts nearby wax, which is drawn up the wick and vaporized. Did you know a candle flame has different temperature zones? The hottest part isn't the bright yellow, but the blue base, reaching up to 2,552 degrees Fahrenheit. Flame color can indicate burning quality. Tall and flickering means it's burning too fast, while small and dim suggests a short wick or shallow wax pool. Candle memory refers to a candle's tendency to burn in the same pattern, highlighting the importance of a full initial melt pool to prevent tunneling. So the next time you light a candle, take a moment to appreciate the journey it's taken to get to your home. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this one.